So lately I've been kinda, you know, just uh, kinda, kinda messing around with the idea, kinda messing around with the idea of creating my own talk show podcast because, well, I actually have I've always loved to speak a lot, and just lately I would go into all kinds of depth here explaining the situation for me, but um basically, you know, when I was 16 and when I was 16 and I was hanging out at a friend's house. At the house of my friend, I got this idea. 16, like I'm 27 now. I just turned 27 like a few days ago. So, ai vittu. Oh saatana. Sorry about that. I just burned myself a little bit because I'm trying to light a candle and I just burned myself. Okay, that should be better. So I've been playing with this idea that I should do my own podcast for too long not to do it. So I guess that this would be the first episode of my very own radio then. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, I think this could turn out to be pretty fun actually to do. So I'm not sure whether to kinda do it in a video format or just the audio. Cause I'm thinking YouTube might be a nice thing to do, but then there's like other mediums, and of course, like if it's just first the audio, then it can always be ported to video. So yeah, well, shouldn't shouldn't really pose an issue actually. That what format it is. I mean, like, but yeah, I actually got an idea from Leo Gura, who is a teacher of mine. So he was saying somebody should do on his forum over at actualized.org/forum. He said that someone should do like a very good political podcast, a political podcast that is actually very intelligent. So it's just not the right versus the left, and it's just this constant fighting, like politics in the internet can sometimes be just a fight between the left and the right. But he said that somebody should create a podcast that is like it's an intelligent version of kinda kind of a conscious version of politics. And yeah, well, I don't know if I am able to do it, but here is my take on it. But well, I'm not going to talk about politics that much, but I don't know. Maybe I am. Who knows? But yeah, I think this is kinda ironic, cause actually, like having a conversation, it sounds. I mean, it feels nice to have a great conversation. I always thought that, but even though I am currently just doing a monologue here, like, like just a monologue. Well, it still feels nice. It's the you kinda start to. I mean, you get the same pleasure out of it. The same pleasure. Okay, so actually, I'm using Ableton Live to record this. So actually, it has the timer down at the bottom too. Thankfully, so it has the time there, because I sometimes start to wonder that how long my talk is taking. Like, I just want to stay in time with the uh, I just like to stay in like just to know how much time I am spending talking. So how long am I talking? And I also had another idea, which is that I could maybe perhaps create some guided meditations for you guys. Because guided meditations can be really powerful actually. They are, if you're not experienced with guided meditations, then you are still underestimating the power of them. If you haven't tried them out and done them for, I would say, at least a few times over the maybe even with years of practice doing meditation and guided meditation, you start to notice the power of meditation, but you have to do it for years. Kinda, not really, but like 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 you don't have to do it for 3 years before it's good, but it can be fun the first time, but it's also an acquired taste, meditation. And yeah, so we will be perhaps in this audio series of mine, we will be doing some guided meditations for you guys, so stay tuned for that. So let's start by taking some deep breaths now. Just in through the nose, out through the mouth. Count to 5 when you are taking the inhale, then hold it for 4 seconds and blow it for 7 seconds through the mouth. Exhale it through the mouth for 7 seconds and then inhaling through the nose for 5 seconds, holding it for 4 seconds, and again exhaling for 7 seconds. yeah. So um, yeah, that's a little breathing technique that actually activates the nervous system in such a way that it makes you more relaxed. So if you tend to stress out, just do that breathing exercise. Seriously, it's like a natural tranquilizer. I learned this from Scott Jeffrey, and he's really good at Tai Chi, so that's how it is. So lately I have been producing songs. I actually produced. Uh, I started to produce music from zero experience in 2018 or 2019. I started to produce, like, I played the guitar a few times when I was 15, but for real only played it a few times. Otherwise I was busy playing video games. Mostly I didn't really play instruments when I was growing up, but I was listening to a lot of music. I only started to play instruments when I got in my 20s, and after, actually basically around 23, 24, I started to play instruments more seriously, like practicing every day. But yeah, I was about to uh, so I was talking about the instruments. So yeah, well, I was, I was, I think I was meaning to say something which was related to the instruments, but I totally forgot what I was about to say. So gotta, gotta get over it. So I thought that I would a little bit like theme this every episode which I will make. I would theme it, set up like a theme for it, that maybe maybe just focus on asking some kinda questions. So maybe that would be interesting to ponder and contemplate and meditate upon some questions, because I really love questions. I just got to say it, and I know you will too. But just kinda brainstorming some interesting questions and maybe contemplating them and thinking about them, and also maybe maybe try to find the answers to some questions that you might have if you want me to tell you what I think about that. So yeah, I was saying that I produced like I think I produced in 3 years or 4 years after my son Jose was born. I produced. He's 3.5 now. So in his lifetime, I produced maybe 50 tracks, 50 songs that are not released except in SoundCloud, but not really marketed to a big audience. But yeah, so I produced 50, 50 songs from starting from zero and then just produced. Maybe I did 1,000 hours in Ableton Live just producing. I don't know. So that is a fun experience to have. To basically you start from completely not knowing how to do something like music, and then gradually you become better at it until you kind of reach the point that it becomes second nature to you, and it's like brushing your teeth. The guitar or the piano or the vocal session, it's so it becomes very pleasant during. I mean, it becomes very pleasant with enough enough of doing it. It becomes more pleasant each time you do it. It's more pleasurable to play your instrument. So that's the beautiful thing about learning and investing a lot of time into a field or a form of art or sports that might interest you. Or it doesn't have to be sports or art, like it can be mathematics, it can be science, it can be like meditation, but kind of a kind of a thing in life that you are trying to maybe become good at, or just do it a lot, or maybe a passion of yours or something. So I started using Ableton Live, which is a music production software. I started to use it in 2018, and now it's actually 2023. So many years have passed, and so many years have passed, and I still need to kinda release and market these songs that I made, because I would like it would be a nice honor for the child in me who decided to start to learn how to be a musician. So it would be an honoring of the inner child in me, I think, to market them and like first of all like publish them all and then market them a little bit so maybe people can actually hear them. So that would be the honoring of my inner child, I think. So that could be pretty cool to do. Hmm. So I really love creativity. I started to do it when I was a child, and now actually later in my life I have been even kinda studying a little bit on how to do it better, like taking courses online, took the songwriting course and the music production course and other creative. I spent actually thousands of euros on products that are meant to boost my creativity, but I'm not sure when like is the time in my life when I will be on my edge. Like if you would think of some athlete or musician, or which when will the athlete or the musician play his or her best years. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm 27 now. I'm still young, but I'm getting older now. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to when is my creative edge and when I produce my best works. But yeah, I love to create a lot. It makes me really happy to produce something that people will like and find it beautiful, find it useful, find it funny, find it cool, find it, yeah. So I really love to make something that people would enjoy. And yeah, kind of a habit of mine since I think the first videos I ever made, I was like seven years old. They were actually recorded before phones had cameras on them. We were using some video cameras which our parents had with my cousin, and yeah, way back before even phone cameras existed, back when the civilization was still young. I've been like I'm mainly have been creating on my computer always. Like I really never like to write with my hands. Just too practical in that sense that the computer it always it records everything and I'm really used to the keyboard. Like some people write with their hands and they have like amazing like handwriting skills. Like today I saw in a restaurant like some girl, I think it was probably the girl at the desk, and she had written on the wall something with her handwriting and it looked really awesome. But my handwriting is totally horrible, so I've write with the PC and I've been a writer like I think the first texts that I've wrote on my laptop were uh, they were like like probably sending messages in a video game to someone. Like that's how I learned to speak English too. That in video games you had to trade with other people, so you had to speak the language of the traders because all the traders speak English. It's called actually lingua franca. That means the Arabs said that the Franks, they speak the lingua franca, which is the European tongue, which is like basically what the traders use to make make sales and stuff. So English is so I learned to speak English actually online because I had to talk with all these people in these video games. So I picked it up really quickly because it meant all of course success in the video games if you are capable of speaking with the people so you can trade. I was playing World of Warcraft namely because I'm born in 96 and World of Warcraft came out in its vanilla version in 2004 2005. So from 2005 onwards I was playing World of Warcraft cause well I was around 8 years old when I started to play that game. Many hours spent grinding those beasts in Azeroth. That's the name of the place in World of Warcraft, the World of Azeroth. So then when I was in my teens I was still playing also a little bit of WoW, but then I quit it. And fast forward today, I just turned 27. So I've been mainly creating on the computer always. Like it would be nice to see like everything, like all kinda pieces of art that I created. Like see it in one place. See it all. It's like everything. Like every piece of text I ever wrote. Every like it would be crazy. Like the best photos, like the best videos, just all of it. All creation would be like everything I ever created would be somehow So you can watch what I created, and you can do this also for yourself. Like, except that this is an imaginary scenario. But yeah, that would be nice to see. So Bill Gates, when he was 27, I think he was already a billionaire. It's so weird that you would have billions of dollars in your account. Like, I also have been, cause since COVID-19, I've been mostly by myself. Actually, well, cause I used to be in a relationship and which I have the child from. now since COVID-19 I've been just hanging out. Like I've been in I've been in solitude, just myself in the studio, basically deep working in it, deep doing some deep work too, which is a book by by is it by Stephen Pressfield, or it might be deep work by, oh, it's called Newport. Carl Newport's Deep Work. I read that book some years ago and it was really a great read because it really set me up to create my own art a lot, which I spend hundreds of hours doing. And now that is something that not all everyone gets to kinda experience, is the creative process in the same way that I have, and that's kind of melancholic to me, to be honest, that not everybody gets the creative fruit, which is the fruit of the creative process, of course, which is what it kinda does to yourself. I think what it do to you when you are consistently creative. Not even the results of it, even though the creative result itself, like delivering, is of course in some ways very important. Like you could even say it's very important, but not always. That's an important point, that it's not always important to be delivering results in life. That sometimes it's time to rest and sometimes it's time to take action, and I think the seasons can also teach this. The night and the day, the winter versus the summer, and just nature can show us this. So during these few years of working at my art, I created a website, I produced quite a bit of songs, and also I did a lot of meditation too. Like I did hundreds of hours of meditation in total, and that's like an investment that I made in myself, and you can too do it if you so desire. I would recommend that, especially if you're the creative artistic type, to really focus on it. Do it with focus, and maybe one day it will be something very awesome, very beautiful, what you can create and deliver the world. So I'm just going to leave this first episode here now. And please hit that like for me. It will help me in creating more stuff for you. So be sure to hit that like button and check out my website at veneto.fi. I will leave you the link in the description. So thank you for listening. If you listened all the way here, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it, and let's talk soon. Bye bye.